All right, David, so you have always done a great job. You're an attorney. You've been doing sports talk radio for decades in that part of the world, highly involved with the ACC and in college athletics. You've told us all about this grant of rights deal better than anybody over the last several years. With what's going on with the ACC and Florida State and Clemson, and it looks like, this is a divorce that is just going to be nasty. You're just one of those, you talk about your friends, wow, they're going through a divorce, and it is going to be bad. So with the way the grant of rights is, and you've explained it before, where are we at with this thing now?
Yeah, I always remind people that there's the legal aspect of a lawsuit, which of course makes common sense, right? How good do you think your legal arguments are? And some of Clemson's, by the way, are a little bit different than some of Florida State's. Those are two separate lawsuits, and the ACC has filed two countersuits. So there's 4 total lawsuits going on right now between the ACC and its own membership. But I remind folks, because it's maybe not as much common sense, that there's always a second layer to this stuff, and it's really strategic. And I think part of Clemson's strategy in filing this more recent lawsuit is attacking the ACC on more fronts. Because if there's 4 lawsuits to deal with, that's more attorney's fees for the ACC. That's one more reason for ACC officials, not anytime soon, but down the road, I call it lawyer fatigue. I am a lawyer, and I get tired of paying lawyers sometimes when the money is enough, right? So that's one possible incentive to settle. Let's double the number of lawsuits that the ACC has to deal with. But again, as with Florida State, some of these legal arguments are intriguing and could minimize. There's not going to be a zero exit fee, I can promise you that. Some Florida State and Clemson fans are delusional about some kind of magical side door or legal loophole that's going to make all this stuff go away. The real argument is, do you have to pay $400 to $500 million to leave, meaning between the exit fee and the value of your media rights, or are you going to negotiate a settlement down to, who knows, $100 million to leave, which is a lot of money, but it's very manageable. If you get an invitation from a wealthier conference, you can make up that money in a relatively short period of time. So it's hard to summarize, what the good legal arguments are, in my opinion, or what the roll your eyes ridiculous legal arguments are. But both the Seminoles and the Tigers have intriguing legal arguments that if a judge agrees with them, that would give the ACC reason to be nervous and maybe reason to negotiate a settlement far less than the $400 or $500 million that at least the contracts right now say would be the value of what those two schools would either be paying to leave or leaving behind in the form of their media rights all the way through 2036.
David, before we let you go, tell us about ncsportsnetwork.com, what you guys got going on your new platform, and how people can find it.
Yes, thanks, Jake. That's the Grand Central Station right there, the website you mentioned. I think we've added 2,000 YouTube subscribers this month alone with our March Madness coverage, which is just incredible. Our channel's been around for less than a year. I've been doing all that other stuff for a long, long time, decades, as you mentioned. But the YouTube channel is new. So you truly go to ncsportsnetwork.com, click the word watch, and it takes you right to our video content. If you click the word listen, it's our on-demand audio. And if you click the word read, it's my old-fashioned articles. But that is our starting point, and we thank you and our friends all over the country for helping us attract people to that new YouTube channel and that new website, ncsportsnetwork.com. It's a huge part of what we do.
Make sure to check him out on the new website. Check him out on X as well, at David Glenn Show. David, I appreciate your time. Enjoy the Sweet 16 and the Elite 8, sir. We'll catch up and talk to you soon.
Right back at you, Jake. Always good to be with you.
Thanks so much. David Glenn on your radio, brought to you by Cowboy Maloney's, and we are brought to you by Ashley Howie, Cry Like Realtors, 769-226-3782, facebook.com/Ashley Howie Realtor if you're looking to buy, sell, or relocate. Back in a bit.